Okay, so I have 2 gel plates set up. Okay, so what started this plan of action now is I was playing with gloss sprays on the gel plate, and I happen to have some leftover dried up paint, like regular acrylic paint from previous sessions. And it got to a point where when I sprayed some gloss spray, it pulled up some of the acrylic paint. And if you watch my videos, you know I love grunge, like when it comes to gel printing. So this I love. I mean, this is boring, this love. And then I got this, which just words can't express. Just love it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do layers with paint and let them dry, like let it dry completely, and then go over, sorry, that's my cat. And then let that dry completely, and then spray some gloss spray on top and pull the print and see what we get. So I'm going to start with, so as you know, the first thing that goes on your plate is what you're going to see in front, because remember, when you're putting stuff on your plate, like it's almost like what you're going to pull on your paper in the end. It's going to look like if you turn your plate over and you looked at all the layers that's on your plate. So the first thing you put down is the thing that is going to be on the very top, and it works backwards. So with that being said, I'm going to start with some words. This is an art foamy by Kat Kerr, and it's called Becoming. And I love her text ones. There's a few I have. I have Becoming, Now or Never, and Vintage. Like, this one's my absolute favorite. No, it's called Rustic. I always think it's called Vintage. It has the word vintage. It does have the word rustic as well, but I always think vintage. And then there's Now or Never as well. I love those. I love text. Text, numbers, letters, circles. It's my thing. So I have my 8x10, which is what I'm going to do my print on, and then I have my 5x7, and they're both gel press printing plates. And I'm using the 5x7 just as like a palette. So I think I'm going to do my words in black. Yep. So I'm just going to brayer out some black paint. And I'm using the 5x7 plate just as a surface to get paint, to ink up or paint up my foamy. And I think I'm going to need more. I do find with foamies, art foamies, that more paint is better. Like, I mean, you don't want it oozing because you won't get the shape of the letters. But I do find it takes more paint than you would think. Oh, since that laid over there, I'll stamp it. And that's all I'm going to do for the word. And I'm just going to stamp that off in this that I have over on the side. Just to get rid of some of that paint. I don't wash my art foamies. I don't use them tons either, so, and I do try to stamp off as much paint as I can. Chances are, if I have to clean something every single time I use it, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use it a whole lot less. Because when I'm playing, the last thing I want to do is stop and clean. And I'm not doing this to get pretty, I'm just trying to get rid of the paint on my gel plate here. So while that is drying, I'm going to think of what I want my next layer to be. And I'm thinking I'm going to want to go with this one. It's another art foamy, and it's by Balzer Designs, and it's called Croquet Small. And I think for this one I'm going to go with white. And I know I'm not going to go over the letters, so I don't have to wait for this to dry because I'm not going to be stamping on top of it. So it'll be safe. Now, if I was going to go over this, I would wait for that to dry. And I probably just took out way more paint than I needed. I'm going to scoop some of that back in here. No need to be wasteful. I'll say I have too much paint and watch me have to squirt more out. Oh, maybe not. That is a lot. So there's two ways to apply the paint. You can stamp down, or if you have enough paint on your brayer, just brayer it on top of your art foamy. Yeah, I really don't need more. So since I need to let that dry, I'm going to move that over. And I have this print that I did earlier that I just kept adding layers to because I didn't like it. I'm going to add some of this to it. And maybe then I can like cut it up and use it for stuff because I don't like how it is right now. So I'm not worried about ruining it because I already don't like it. So that's one nice thing about not liking something is you're not afraid to wreck it, so you're more willing to be more experimental. So I mean, that cut up, who knows, maybe it'll be nice. And again, just trying to get rid of the extra paint. And I knew I had way too much. Okay, so it's 12:34, and hopefully I'll try to remember what time it is, or to say the time when I come back. So at 12:35, I'm going to let the paint dry and then come back. Like I may wait longer than is necessary, depends if I start doing something. Okay, so it's 12:52. So that's almost 15 minutes, no, 20 minutes almost, but it wouldn't have taken that long really. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I still didn't get caught up, but that's what I did to pass time away. And it is dry. I can touch it and nothing comes off. So the next stencil I am going to go in with, I'm gonna do this one. It's Rebecca Meyer and it's called Coffee Stain. And I was gonna do magenta. Yeah, I think I still will, because I think I want to use this one too. Do I? Now I'm wondering if I want to skip this one. Okay, now I'm trying to think this through a little. Actually, I think, yeah, I'm going to do this one first, and I am going to do it magenta. And then when that one dries, I think I'm going to do this one kind of on top of it, or maybe like just off a bit in a lighter shade of pink. And I don't usually think things through with all this stuff, but when it comes to this kind of layering, you kind of do have to think it through a little, because you know, you want it, when you pull the layer, you have to think about what's going to show, right? So you kind of do need to plan out your layers if you care about how it shows in the end. I'm just gonna do another one here. And that is it for that one. And as before, I'm going to take extra and just stamp it off. What I'm stamping it off on is just a piece of big canvas paper that was on my table when I was spraying the gloss sprays. So it's just like there's overspray on it. So I thought if I keep it there and I play with it, then maybe in the end I'll get something really cool that I can cut up and use for different things. And why not print something on here? Why not? Oh, it's not showing up. I'm not going to bother. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry, and it is 12:57. Okay, it's 1:08, and I can't remember what time I walked away. I feel like it was probably about 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure. So the color I would like to have next is this color I'm seeing over in the corner. It's almost like a coral color. And I don't own a paint that looks that color. So I'm just going to mix some pink and orange and hopefully get a color that I like. So we shall see. Yep, that's pretty darn close to what I wanted. How cool is that? So I'm going to take this one, and this is from Circle Salad by Art by Marlene. I can't believe I remembered that without having to go look. That is pretty darn good. I'm going to go about there. That is the color I wanted. So exciting. Ooh. I think that's it for on there. Try to move this over. Okay, so 111, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so it's 122, and again, I don't know what time I stopped. I feel like it was 108, but I'm not sure. So my final layer, I'm going in with a tiny bit of orange, and that's too much paint. And this time I'm using a stamp. And I'm just going in. And I think that's it. Told you I had too much paint. So the time I stopped doing this, it's 123. I'm just gonna Okay, so we're going to wait for this to dry, and then it'll be the last layer to pull the print. So 124. Okay, it's 144, and it's time to try and pull this print. Am I nervous? You betcha. So to pull the print, I'm going to try and use lemon in the Marabou art spray and cheddar in the Dina Wakley. Part of me had me thinking I should use some turquoise, but I'm afraid. And the worst part is kind of hard to see how much I'm getting and where. Fingers crossed, you guys. feel a bump of something there. I'll let that sit for a little bit. It's 1:45 while I clean off the tips of my spray bottles. The ones I just used. Maybe get some of the spray out of there. I don't know what is going on with Cheddar. Looks like it may have been used and not got cleaned off. I've had posted on my videos before an old gel printing video where I did many layers and, you know, did this process where I let it dry. But when I tried pulling the print, I didn't get all of it, and I was so bummed because I really loved the print. But, I mean, I still liked what got pulled because it was grungy, but my initial reaction was I was incredibly bummed out because I didn't get the print. So I've had a lot of people, that one must belong to a different one, doesn't fit. I've had a lot of people tell me to like put this paper on, like put the paint on and then put your paper down, but to leave it like for hours or overnight. And I don't know if I have the patience to do that. So, but I think I'm gonna try it. There's something else I'm wanting to do today. So I thought when I finish this print, I'm gonna go through and do the whole process with layers again, letting them dry in between. And then not with spray, but with paint, I am going to put that layer of paint on, put my piece of paper on, and leave it. And I'm telling you guys, that's going to be the hardest thing for me to do. But I'm thinking if I do it now while everything's out, and then I just put it away because I know there's something else I want to play with, then I have a chance of actually just letting it sit there. I'm so afraid to pull this paper off, you guys. So afraid. Oh my gosh. The stuff that is coming up, it looks amazing. I'm gonna go over it with this, just in hopes that I will get more, because I don't think everything is coming up. So I'm gonna give it a hard push down. And people ask what this is called. It's called a Baron. It's by Speedball, and I bought it from Curry's Art Supply Store. I feel like I'm just stalling. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna do it. Yep. See, some of it's not coming off, but some of it is. Well, most of it is coming off. I think I should have added some turquoise. Oh. Well, that's a pretty good pull. Got all the layers there. Not bad. Not bad at all. I do think that would have looked nice with a bit of turquoise in there. Maybe I'll add some splatters. Beak. I think that turned out pretty good. Woohoo! Yay! And there's only like, that looks gorgeous. You guys can see that. I love the look of that. Just a couple areas that didn't come off. That's not bad. I think that's the most success I've had in pulling a print, like with this technique. Awesome. Hope you like it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let me know if you like my videos by leaving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also head over to my Instagram account and say hi to me over there. If you have any video requests, leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. And don't forget to check out my other videos.